2. Hello, everybody. This is Gaelle. Today I am with Birgit Pestalozzi, and I will just take a couple of seconds here because I want to share this video into my Facebook group, Finding Yourself Abroad, Create Your Online Business for Coaches and Experts. So just give me 1 second here. How are you, Birgit?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm very, very good. Thank you.
Good.
All right. I'm going to be, just bear with me a second here. Share. All right. This is a group. Here we go. All right. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Gaelle, and I am a freedom and business coach. I help women who are struggling to stand out and attract ideal clients to take their online business off the ground so that, they can have freedom to travel the world, attract clients they love without becoming a slave to their business. And so I specialize in identifying their unique niche and really sharing their story in a captivating way that helps them become visible. And today I am with one of my clients, Birgit Pestalozzi, and I wanted to for you to hear from her about her experience, what has changed. So much has changed into her business in the last few months. So Birgit, if you don't mind, would you like please to share with our listeners who you are and what you do?
Sure, thank you, Gaelle. I'm Birgit. I'm originally from Switzerland. Now I'm a digital nomad. I have several homes around the world. I'm a love success coach, and that means I help the high-achieving women who are successful in business but just don't have luck with love. I help them to find and attract the right guy, and then to have a relationship of their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And my approach especially is very special because it's all about efficiency. So it's not, it's time consuming to start dating, and I have developed an approach where we can do that in less time and with more targeted and more success, actually.
That sounds awesome. Thank you for sharing this. Tell me, what's your website? Where people can find you? Like, do you have a website? I know you do, of course. And a Facebook group. Like, can you tell us more a little bit about what they can find on your website, what they can find in your Facebook group?
Sure. So my website is thehappyheartcoach.ch.
Okay.
But the action is in the Facebook group. I founded the Leading Ladies in Love.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really an amazing bunch of women there helping each other and sharing and helping. So that's really a beautiful place to be.
Yeah, awesome. I definitely recommend it for any high achiever women who don't want to waste time finding for Prince Charming. Want to be super targeted and efficient, definitely join Leading Ladies in Love. All right, my dear. Well, can you tell us a little bit about your story? Because I found, it's very, very useful for other ladies to see what's possible for them. And it can be such an inspiration. I love your story. You say it so beautifully. So I wanted you to tell a little bit more about how you came to this journey.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I mean, it's a story. It starts pretty conventional. I lived the normal life. I went to university, and then I started working for corporate, and my career was really rolling along very well.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon I was the head of marketing and communication for a big corporate, for Ernst & Young.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked a lot.
Yeah.
And, I learned a lot and I worked a lot. And I was lucky several times, but I knew there's more. I always knew there's more that I can share with the world.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, it felt pretty exhausting to start the engine every morning and to go to the corporate world. And before I even really could start to decide what could I do to improve it, I had a huge wake up call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was actually one of the super busy times in business. I bought a horse because I was hoping that my horse will help me to get some work-life balance. But then I never really had time for the horse. I was in the office all the time. And then there was one Saturday where I knew I really now, it's super important for me to find my balance, to go out in the woods with the horse. And then we had a huge accident. And I was severely injured and very lucky that I'm still alive. And all I could think of in the hospital was, that's my second chance and I'm going to take it. So I have a second life and I recovered fully. And I'm so grateful, but I knew that's my chance. A huge wake up call. So that's when I quit my job. And I knew also that my passion is in helping women take away, the confusion around love and relationship. I learned that back in 2010, based on my own story, that this is one of my skills and one of my passions, but I never really followed this. I was in corporate, right? So, but then after I quit the job, it was clear to me, but I didn't really go out there. I was just, it was the news maybe spread around among the friends, and I was more it was more like a hobby. And then I didn't dare to start it as a business, although I got really good feedback and I could see how I changed their lives. But I didn't dare. I have my own limiting beliefs probably. So I traveled around the world for 9 months.
Where did you go?
So I pretty much joined the digital nomads community, and we crossed the Atlantic twice on a boat, spent some time in Brazil, in Mexico.
I missed you. I guess I wasn't there. Like, you were inside the comment, but I wasn't there at the same time. I think it would have been awesome to meet you.
Yeah, I think we missed us by about 6 hours.
Yeah.
It's too bad. Yeah, now you're not there anymore.
So that's awesome. So do you want to tell us a little bit more? You knew you had skills about relationship and love, but how did you decide? Because this is a really important step for new coaches to be, okay, what is going to be my point of focus? And I want to make a note here that especially in the online world, when you want to be an online coach, you need to be very, very much niched down to be successful. And you know something about that, right? So it's really important, and it can be scary as well to be like, okay, I'm going to be doing only love relationship, or I'm going to be doing only business, or I'm going to be doing only health, spiritual life. All of those are different categories of coaching. And it can be scary, but tell us more about how you decided to get into relationship, and you got a training, right, with RCI Institute for that, and you even specialized even more. So tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a very good point, because for the longest time I thought I don't want to niche down, because I thought I want to share with everyone what I learned, and I want to reduce, I want to help the world. And then I realized, if I want to help everybody, I will help no one, because no one can find me. Oh, that's a really good point, yes. Actually, it only started after working with you, when we went through my story, when it all got down, and all of a sudden it was clear. And before I was really like everywhere and a bit lost, because it's also kind of my personality, like, being everywhere and wanting to have everything. And then going through my own story, and going to the essence of who I am and how can I help best. And it became clear that I'm going to help women, first of all. And also I'm going to focus on the English-speaking world.
Yeah, that was a question you had as well, because you're from Switzerland, so you had also the German market, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, you defined that your ideal client would be English speaking, and that you would do.
Yeah, and that was, for the longest time, I was blocked because I was jumping around and not finding, not wanting to make a decision.
Uh-huh.
But then, it all happened. I mean, I started working with you, and I started to work on my certificate from RCI, and I got so clear about myself. Then it was just, it became, everything became clear. And it's amazing today for me when I look back. I don't understand why I was so confused and couldn't decide, because now it feels so right. And I defined also with which client do I really enjoy working, because I came from corporate where I did every day. I did things I did not really enjoy, so I didn't want to go back to that path. So it was super important to me that I feel inspired, and that's how I can be the best coach as well. Like really wanting to work with this kind of woman.
Yeah, definitely. You didn't go into having your own business to be like doing things that you don't like. Totally agree. So you touched about it. Like, can you tell us more about before you came and started working with me? Where were you? How was your life and your business? And what was your situation before the package together, the 6 month package?
Actually, seriously, I think I had the most horrible time in my life. I felt lost, because I told everyone that I'm a relationship coach, because I was coaching, right? I was helping, consulting, advising, whatever I could in my network, but I wasn't really earning money with it. So,
how much were you charging when you were?
So like most of them were free.
Okay.
And then I charged $20 an hour, like that, and more like a symbolic price. So I didn't know, how can I combine my skill and my passion and live off it? Because I knew if it's not going to work out, then I will go back to corporate, and I'm not able to share with the world what my skill is.
Yeah, I feel like there was this desire for you to be completely yourself at your full potential, to see what's possible when you don't have like the box of a corporate forcing you to go in one way, right?
Yes, exactly. So I knew for several reasons. Well, I knew I wanted to make it happen for myself, but also that I'm really out there as a coach, that people can find me, really. I was always amazed how big the difference was to before and after when I worked with my friends and clients. So I knew I can only continue this journey when I really start radically, not just hobby-wise, but radically.
Yeah, you have to make it profitable to be able to live of your business.
Yeah, exactly. So then that's when I decided. I knew after so many months of trying a little bit myself, and I knew so far away from where I want to be, this is not going to continue. And then I got a lot of recommendation to work with you, and that's when I got in touch with you in October. Yeah.
And so I think also traveling is a huge part of your life. Like you really wanted to become a coach, but not sacrificing your travel, right? So online coaching was really something that attracted you, because that allows you, like you were in the US not too long ago, you are back in Switzerland now, so that kind of allows you that lifestyle to go wherever you want, whenever you want, right?
Right, totally.
Awesome.
And
so,
also flexibility for myself is important, but it's also what I offer to my clients now, because I'm reachable throughout the time zones. Yeah. And I don't, for me, it's not important is weekend or not. It's just my thing is flexibility also in time and place.
Yeah. Talking about flexibility, what do you find yourself now that you have your business able to do, for example, during the day that, was completely out of question when you were in corporate? Is there anything that you really enjoy? Maybe, it's like waking up without an alarm clock, or going to run, or going to do to the fresh market. I know for me that was big when I was in Playa del Carmen, like fresh market Tuesday, 11 a.m. Cavacasa, I'm there. Like, all that flexibility, you know, taking a yoga class at 9. So what was it for you, that flexibility in your business?
Yes. Yeah. You touched a few points. Very important. Yeah. Waking up without an alarm clock in my biorhythm, and I wake up energized, not, you know, like dead. So that's already a beautiful start into the day.
Yeah.
Also huge for me is, to spend time where my family and friends are, and they're scattered around the world. So that kind of flexibility, just, you know, spending time with my mom. Now she just turned 70, and being there. Then throughout the day, like not also, you know, when you work for corporate, that's at least how I experience it, is I spend a lot of time what to wear, for example, because there's rigid rules, right? So what to wear, everything has to match. And you have to go buy this, dry cleaner, iron, whatever. So this whole thing, I just wear what I enjoy. And that improved a lot. And working wherever I want to. There's so many benefits. I could go on forever.
All right. So what did you achieve, and how does your biz look like now?
Wow. Yeah. So I remember when we started to work together, I wanted to become visible as an expert.
Yeah.
And that I totally achieved. So I work with clients. I did some market research, which, you know, I would have been impossible to do market research without clarity on the niche. So I got lots of information from there. I got invited as a guest speaker. I got interviewed for papers and podcasts. So I'm actually really out there, which is part of my vision, to be out there as an expert and to reach people. I started to interact with my clients and with women, with this perfect environment that I enjoy so much. So with a Facebook group, for example, I started a Facebook group, and it's such an inspiration for me. I got certified in the meantime from RCI.
Yeah, because that's the point also to make. Like, you had a very, very busy time when we were coaching together. You were doing your RCI program at the same time, because you didn't want to wait, you know, until the certification to learn all the business side that is not necessarily, especially for online business, it's not necessarily in the RCI section, right? RCI teaches you to coach, but not much about how to run a business and how to actually get clients, which can really be something that is a roadblock for all the new coaches that have been through coaching training. And you also have, you're also highly involved into a nonprofit. So you were combining all of those things in addition to building your business and starting your business through the coaching package together. So how was it like? What did you find you had to quickly figure out, you know, to make room for all of those things in your life?
I just realized pretty soon that all the areas in my life, they somehow, you know, they benefited from each other. So I learned also from you to be super efficient, you know, like always. How can RCI benefit from my business building and the other way around? And so I could often find synergies, actually. Also with my nonprofit, which I have with my life partner. It was a lot of work. It still is a lot of work. But the thing is, it doesn't feel like work. Once I took the radical decision, and I say radical because before I was maybe traveling around and always giving in to temptations, because there's so many temptations, you know. In a digital nomad community, there's so much going on, festivals there, congress there. So I stopped everything and said, no, okay, total commitment, total priority. And I think I didn't expose myself to tempting situations, so I was pretty radical about it. And as I said, found synergies between the areas, which helped me to bring fast forward both or all three of them. Really.
We have a comment of one listener, Debbie, saying, you know, wow, that's great. I'm in the process of market research right now, and it's so difficult to find the right people. So yeah, like you were mentioning, you know, like the clarity on the niche is what like really attracts. I think if I remember well, you had one post like right after we did your ideal client, like clarity session, you went out there, of course, and you started posting to find that client and be able to interview them. And in one post, how many people answered? Like you were like, wow, in 30 minutes, I got what, like 30 answers, 30?
Like actually, yeah, it was between 30 and 40 answers immediately. Volunteering to go through a questionnaire with me.
For market research,
and that gave me also a huge boost again to see. It's just, you know, my service it counts. It's needed, and
yes.
I can help. You know, and it's super important to do the market research. Yeah, and Debbie, good luck with that. It's going to be very inspiring, and I hope you're going to find the right people. So if you niche down. And then you find, maybe you can start with the Facebook groups. So once you have your niche, then you can start interacting with Facebook groups.
Keep people, yeah, totally, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Way to start.
Cool. So how does your business look like now? You have a funnel, you have your freebie. Tell us all about that.
Right. So I'm really proud of myself that I do not have 10 freebies and, you know, 3 offers. Yeah, I'm very proud that it's one freebie, one opt-in,
focus,
which is a high quality opt-in because it's an in-depth 72 questions assessment, which is it just covers all aspects from life to find out where are maybe limiting beliefs, where are areas to work on. So when the client goes through this, then, or the woman, because the ladies go through this, then it's already a lot of food for thought. So I have one opt-in freebie.
And so that freebie is really allowing women to assess, like, are they ready to be in a relationship? Because, you know, I feel like it's super important to say, you could be helping, and you're extremely good, you know, at helping women get on dates, understanding the game of dates, what the guy is like, what does it mean? You're the decoder, basically. But the thing is, like, it's not going to transform into a beautiful, fulfilling relationship if they are not ready and if they are sabotaging themselves into the relationship. So that that assessment, that questionnaire, like you're saying, is really beautiful for ladies to know where they have to work internally to be able to show up ready in their next relationship. Because, I mean, you know, who wants to find Mr. Right and sabotaging it, you know? So yeah, I think that's really, really critical.
Yeah, find Mr. Right or fall for the wrong guy and not noticing, or don't miss out to set boundaries. And exactly, that's again like efficiency. So really first work on the inner work and on the skills, and then, as you said, then be ready to go out there. Otherwise, it would also not make sense for me to coach someone in, let's say, jump right into dating if that person is not ready. And actually, the moment you just mentioned that made clear to me, it's the same with the business coaching, right? I mean, I could have the most amazing certificate from Relationship Coaching Institute, but I have no clue how to bring my message out there. So if I'm not ready as a businesswoman, the certificate leads to nothing. So it's similar.
Yeah, and I remember that brings me back to memories of, like, you know, in your pre and post session questionnaire, and I think you'll be okay with me sharing that. I remember in the mid package review, we talked about that at the very beginning. You wanted to dive deep and have everything. You wanted to, get a freebie, eventually do webinar and all of that. And in the coaching package, I always start with mindset. And so you were dying to get your hands onto your business, and I was like, no, this is time for inner work. And at the mid-package review, you were like, oh my God, I'm so glad that we worked on the foundation of the house before I wanted to decorate, and there were no walls and no roof. So that's exactly it, like I love that metaphor of you, like, well, you can't be thinking about how to decorate your house if you haven't built walls, solid foundation, and put a roof onto it so that it's safe to decorate then. So now you've been interviewed into a summit, right? You've been doing a live speaking event in Los Angeles. You've been, what else? How does your business look like? You have clients now, of course.
Yes, I have clients. I have a very clear idea which content to produce, because I have a clear idea about what my ideal clients need. So every day when I work on my content, I know I'm not producing something for the drawer.
Yeah, and like really congratulations, because I've seen, your efforts about like putting more content out there. So definitely congrats on that. I remember, that time when you were like, especially that first newsletter, right? Good memories. 3 weeks to get it done. You had kind of that block about like, what am I going to talk about? And that content. And it looks like, now you've been like, I'm receiving your newsletter. I've seen your post into Leading Ladies in Love Facebook group. So it's really like now you're a content machine, kind of like you know what to share. You've done videos as well. That's something that could be blocking some of the new coaches, that visibility factor.
Right.
What else do you want to share about your business?
Yeah, so I now do have a weekly Q&A session, a live Facebook Live. So that gives me lots of joy as well, because then I know I'm not, I'm gonna answer the real questions of the real world. So newsletter, the Facebook Live, the Facebook group. I'm soon gonna start also to include more interviews into the Facebook group. I have also, I have contact and friends and network with super interesting experts in maybe sexuality or psychology. So that's going to come up. I already start, I have so many plans and channels I want to open up, but I'm going to focus now on the Facebook group.
Yeah, it sounds like, this is critical in the first 6 months of anybody's business, is to really focus in. I know, you were interested in doing a retreat. That's definitely something in the future plan for you. But, it was super important, I think, to not jump into group program is also something you want in the future, to think about the clarity of the message, clarity of the niche, and building, like now you're also building your newsletter. So that you can enable having group sessions or group program and retreats as well, right? So
now, what just came to my mind is also the combination of newsletter and Facebook group. For me, is perfect, because in the Facebook group I get the interaction, and when I write my newsletter, I always imagine I would write to my group. I think it would be difficult for me to not have the group. I love the interaction and the two-way communication. So that's a perfect combination, actually.
Awesome. So what was the game-changing things for you in your coaching package?
Well, the game-changing was definitely the mindset work that I wanted to skip, right? So that was very game-changing. Then to start the market research.
Yes. I remember actually, like, I just want to make a point also for Debbie who is listening. Market research was a huge boost into your energy. I remember, when you started talking with them, how like your energy, like all the business really took a momentum because we were not inside the inner part of you. We were now outside in the outside world. And I remember you could see how some knowledge you have and expertise you have that you found was so basic. You were like, oh my God, like I can help those women. And you were really like eager to start working with them.
Totally. In a over, let's say, bird view, what was extremely, I mean, the most obvious thing was to work with a coach, actually, like you, because so many times I did things because I was on a deadline with you and you hold me accountable. You gave me all the skills how to do it. You were reachable. So actually, when you asked me about golden nugget, game changer is really to work with a coach. I could not imagine doing these things, but not in the umbrella of a coaching. Knowing, for me, it's also super important always to know that I do the right things and that I invest my time that pays into my goal and not just waste my time. So with you, I always had the challenge, the possibility to challenge. Am I on the right track? I spent 3 nights working for the right thing, and you would honestly give me feedback saying yes, no. So actually, really, best decision for me ever.
Yeah, I remember sometime you would like send me a WhatsApp thinking of something, and I would be like slashing your to-do list in half. Like, now just do one thing. Don't do like 6, 7, 8. Like, just do one thing. Yeah.
And then
No, go ahead.
And it was so good for me to have this time span of 6 months, because then with time you really got to know me and my weaknesses as well, so you could be totally honest about it. So important. What
type of golden nuggets listeners could benefit from? I know for an example, for you was like it came early, like you're not married to your decision. Can you tell us more about that and other golden nuggets you want to share, like over realization?
Yeah, that's my mantra today. Because I was always overthinking. I always wanted to have everything perfect. And it wasn't helping to work for corporate, because at corporate, I was trained for so many years, like 15 years, I was trained. It's not really allowed to make mistakes. The trial and error thing was not allowed. At least what I experienced. And so I was trained that everything has to be set in stone and perfect. So that kept me, that held me back a lot to not get moving. So all of a sudden you told me, just do it. You don't have to get married with it. And then I realized there's room to play around, and there's room. And then another thing that doubled then the effect of your mantra was to say that you can only course correct when you're moving. And that's so true. Because I'm a sailor myself, and I know how it is. If you're still in the water, nothing moves, but you have to set the sail and start, even if it's the wrong direction. So those two things definitely don't get. If you're a type of person like I am, wanting having everything perfect, overthinking too much, then remember, just start and then course correct.
Yeah. Lena, I don't know if you can see the comments, my dear, but Lena is saying, thank you, ladies. Great interview. Every coach and every business woman needs a coach.
Yes. So true.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about like what results you've been creating for yourself during this package?
For myself, besides what we already listed, I feel totally empowered, and I have a huge appetite to continue this journey. And I feel now, I feel empowered, because now it's kind of a dam has broken or my chains have broken, that I'm now so ready to be there and show up.
Mm-hmm. And so, do you want to share a little bit more about your package? Because I know we talked about, before you were charging either for free or you were charging $20 an hour. And
Yeah.
so, over the course of the package, you learn to not be trading time for hours and to package your offers. So do you want to share a little bit more about your offer?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yes, would love to. So it's a 3 months program.
Mm-hmm.
And we start working also with the mindset and the limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging, all this to check the readiness.
Mm-hmm.
And then we create together a strategy, how to date, how to find the right one, how to also, be really clear when there's a red flag and how to let go of the wrong guys.
Yeah, not wasting time, right? Not wasting time. If there's a red flag, you let go and.
Right, not wasting time, right? And we had already so beautiful results with the clients that, for example, several clients when they went through the program and they had such a clarity of who they are and what are their values and where do they want to be and how does the whole relationship fits in that context. Then everything was so much easier afterwards. They wrote a beautiful ad on the dating pages. People responded saying, actually, I'm not really looking for someone, but I had to respond to your ad because it's the best ever. That's all the feedback that my client get. And then actually really meeting. And once we did all the work before, and then you meet a couple of guys, and because you're so clear and so focused, then it's more quality over quantity and pang, it's beautiful. And then you have a wonderful start already and sustainable.
Yeah, and that's so important, for ladies who are like highly efficient. They have a busy work life. They don't want to be playing games. They want to have, like you said, quality over quantity and not have to second guess what's going on. So cool. Do you have any final thoughts you want to share? Any takeaway or message, from your heart? What do you want to share with other women who are watching this video today?
Yes. So everything we said before, plus super important, always reconnect with your purpose. And that's the place you want to come from. So realizing that your skill is needed in this world. And if you're not overcome your fears to show up, then this is a disservice. And just do it. And you're needed, and everyone is unique, and there's so many people out there waiting exactly for you. So if you're not do it for yourself, get the courage to get out there, then do it for all the people you can help.
Totally. Thank you. That's beautiful, my dear. Well, thank you very much for anybody listening to this video. If you're interested in knowing more about the coaching package that Birgit has been in, you can go to the website gaelleluco.com/packages/coaching. And thank you so much, my dear. It was such a pleasure to be on this journey with you, to help you get your business off the ground and running, and having having clients at a price that feels good to you, that supports you and the lifestyle. You're also a digital nomad, so it was really, really important for you to have, your business completely supporting your lifestyle. Alex, hi Alex, is saying, thank you both, most inspiring. I was a little quiet. That's okay, Alex. That's okay.
Thank you. All the best.
So thank you so much, and we'll speak to you soon again.
Thank you, Gaelle. I also want to express my I'm grateful that you were on this journey with me. I'm still digesting, and there's so much I can profit from. I'm totally open for anyone who listens to this and wants to know more about the coaching with Gaelle, and actually just get in touch with me, and I'm so happy to share more in depth.
Yeah, I think, again, the website of Birgit is thehappyheartcoach.ch, and you can get in touch, or like Facebook also. She's into the finding yourself abroad, create your online business Facebook group, so you can find her as well and tag her into the group. Thank you, my dear. You're in Switzerland, so have a beautiful evening. For me, it's just the morning here in the US. Yeah, we'll definitely speak soon. Bye-bye.
Speak soon. Bye.